All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic we're going to talk about the Tesla wait times, the current wait times for the Model 3, the Model Y, or really just specifically those two vehicles. But really it's actually just the current wait time of the Model Y. But of course, I want to hear from you. Do you have a pending order in the queue? I know a lot of people out there are looking to purchase Tesla Model Ys. I've definitely got a bunch of handful of referrals, at least not a bunch, but a handful of referrals. And so thank you for all of you that have used our referral codes. And we've gotten they're pretty much all Model Ys at this point, but we're going to jump into it. Usually this is where I run my intro, but if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. We can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the different interest rates, credit unions, banks that all have lower than Tesla financing, lower rates than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to our latest Patreon members. We've got Camila, Bobby, and Billy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. But let us get into this. So thank you all for joining in. I forgot to get up the chat, but then of course we're in a different setup. So we're in a hotel right now. You can tell there's a different camera and all that stuff. We'll take a look at this. So there's actually a tool which I will show you at the end of this where you can track all the different wait times based upon model. But of course, really there is only one vehicle right now that has any sort of wait time, and it's not the Model 3, because Model 3 has plenty of inventory that's out there in the inventory books. You can see right here on the screen, waitingfortesla.com, there is over 700 brand new Teslas available for sale, and they all have various discounts. So if you are looking to purchase a Tesla Model 3, if you need a car, go ahead, go jump on it, get it, take delivery ASAP. But if you can wait, June might be the best time, because June is the last month of the quarter, and that's when all the incentives would roll out, if they're going to roll out. But taking a look at the other sibling of the other Tesla that everybody most likely is interested in purchasing, because it's not everybody's fault, right? It's kind of Tesla's. They've done this. They've decided to price vehicles very, very close, including the Model Y. The Model Y pricing is just so close to the Model 3 that I get it. I understand why a lot of people out there are just electing to go and just purchase the Model Y, because it's just that much slightly higher than the Model 3, or even in some cases it's even cheaper than the Model 3. Like Model Y long range, for instance, if you factor in the federal tax credit of $7,500, it is $1,000 cheaper than the Tesla Model 3 when you factor in the Model 3's tax credit as well. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. You can see right here on the screen, Model Y has an estimated delivery date of June to July, which is interesting, right? June is the last month of this quarter, and July is the first month of the next quarter. So it's weird that they're doing this at the end of the day, but I mean, Tesla is definitely producing a lot of Tesla vehicles, or Tesla Model Ys. I think the last thing we saw was almost like 80,000 Tesla Model Ys predicted from Fremont and Giga Austin for this quarter. So definitely some big numbers coming out of the gate across the country and across the world. But here's the tool. So of course, shout out to mattjung.net, always looking to enhance and make and improve on the tools on the website. If you don't know who Matt Jung is, Matt Jung puts together these sites that we take a look at every, or almost every single day, of Tesla Model Y inventory. You can see right here on the screen, Model Y inventory is pretty much hovering in the same range. We're not really getting too many huge spikes in inventory, but we're also not selling out as well. So those are kind of like the two indicators on whether there's going to be a price increase or price decrease. But taking a look at Matt Jung's site, there is this section that I have not seen before, and you can see here that right now all the different wait times based upon trim, based upon vehicle. So right now, Model 3 all-wheel drive long range has about a minimum of 8 days until actual delivery, because it's saying June of next month. And if you look at the Model Y all-wheel drive, the long range and the performance, all of them tell you, if you order today, if you go onto the Tesla website, website, you're most likely not going to take delivery, or at least Tesla is not going to make you take delivery today. And of course, there are ways. If you need a Tesla, and big emphasis on need, right? If you need a Tesla Model Y today, there are ways for you to take delivery and purchase it ASAP. Go to waitingfortesla.com, sort it by Tesla Model Y inventory, find vehicles. You can actually sort it by certain states depending on where you're at, and what you can do, what I love to do, sort it by demo inventory status, where you can see all the different various discounts that are out there to try and snag one. I always look for discounts like these two right here on the screen. Look definitely very interesting to me, right? There's both of them have a 7-seater, so I get it a little bit more expensive, especially with that option, but both of them 2023s, both of them new, both of them demo status. Both of them have a little bit of miles, but one of them has a $1,450 discount and the other one has a $2,410 discount. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts on it. If you got your estimated delivery date pushed very recently, I'm sorry, feel sorry, but good things come and take patience and all that stuff. But there definitely are some ways. There's what's called, or what I like to call, EDD hacks, or estimated delivery day hacks. So definitely check it out on the channel. There's a couple of videos on it, and I'll probably make an updated one as we get closer to the month, maybe even tomorrow, to try and do a little bit of refresher on what is possible, what is out there. If you need and absolutely want to take delivery of a Tesla Model Y ASAP, there are some ways to finagle it so that you can take delivery ASAP. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me. We can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, lower than Tesla's 5.59%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, and everything. I know today is a little bit of a later stream, but you can tell we are not home. We are in a different setup. So hopefully let me know if the audio is good. Let me know if the camera quality is good. We had to switch cameras because I forgot my usual camera back at home. And of course, announcements on the channel. If you don't know, there is a giveaway going on. It's ending on May 31st, so you've still got some time if you want to join in. Typically at this point, this is where I show you what is being given away, but it is a Electron EV charger for your Tesla. See it right here, actually. This is what we're giving away. Shout out to Electron for sending us this. If you want to join this giveaway, go to our channel community page where we do all the polls every single day. And if you scroll down to this post right here, that's the exact video where you can watch and you can enter in follow the instructions to enter in on that giveaway. So good luck to everybody out there to see who will actually win. And thank you to Electron for sending us one of these chargers so that we can turn around and send it to you. And just PSA, I would never ask you to pay for any sort of shipping for any sort of giveaway. So please be aware of some of those scams out there. Water break. Let's get this chat set up as well. Forgot I had to do that. It's always funky to go back and forth with setups. This is the laptop setup. But Billy, thanks for coming in. Alfred, thanks for coming in. Rodrigo, Billy again. Paul, thanks for coming in. Paul, did you see we covered your topic? So thanks for writing that out and sending it to us. Posted that video earlier today from yesterday's live stream. Let's see if this works. There we go. Perfect. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Gotta make sure I got this set up this way. In this next topic, Tesla is sending or exporting made in China models. Of course, probably the Model 3 and the Model Y. Well, it is the Model 3 and the Model Y. and they're coming to North America. And so let's talk about it. And I want to hear from you all. What do you think this means? What do you think is happening? Or how do you think this will affect our current market, if anything? Or is there something on the horizon that's also coming as well? So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best CI Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Tesla North. Quote, Tesla website confirms made in China models for Canada report. So if you take a look at here, basically it looks like a lot of made in China Tesla Model 3s and Model Ys are coming to America. So here's another tweet from Sawyer Merritt. Quote, news, a second cargo ship from China is on its way to Canada loaded with Tesla Model 3s and Model Ys built at Giga Shanghai. So of course, people in the comments are talking about panel gaps and things like that. No, we always talk about on the channel how build quality is not Tesla's strong suit at the end of the day. But there are some people, like this person said, Botezi said, quote, I got a Shanghai Model Y. I was one of the first people to get a Model Y here in the Netherlands, and I got one of the first ships carrying on them. Most sold here now are made in Germany. Zero quality control issues. So that's good to hear. I mean, of course, there's always one-offs on the good side, and there's always one-offs on the bad side in terms of quality and things like that. But the one thing that always sticks out to me is we do know that the Model 3 long range, the one that's about to come back, that's supposed to come back on the Tesla, that was posted to the Tesla website, is also coming from China. We can pretty much guesstimate this because it has a 325-mile range and also only qualifies for half of the tax credit down to $3,750. So there's a good chance that this potentially could be coming on a ship very, very soon. And to think, like, we also know that the Model 3 Project Highland refresh is supposed to start production sometime in the next month, at least from what rumors are saying from Giga Shanghai, China. So what if, I mean, this is just another thing to add to the bag of what if this could potentially be a Model 3 long range refresh that's posted on the websites, and everybody that ordered that has a June delivery date coming up will be very, very happy if they're looking for the Model 3 refresh. But if that's the case, then that's the other thing that could, the flip side of that could essentially happen, that with Tesla having all these different vehicles in stock at still unsold for the Tesla Model 3, the old version, or will soon to be old version, there will probably be some sort of fire sale, some sort of clearance sale to try and get rid of all these different vehicles. And maybe they're already doing this already, because you can see every single Tesla in Tesla's Model 3 inventory has some sort of discount. And so I'm predicting very, very soon Tesla Model 3 inventory, maybe even next month, there's probably going to be a subsidized interest rate, maybe down to, call it 4.49, 4.99. That's still better than 5.59. I could easily see 10,000 supercharger miles for the Model 3, 5,000 supercharger miles, 1 year of free supercharging, who knows? And then I could also see a lot more of these type of discounts where it's basically an option credit where you're getting free paint or free rims or free interior colors for free. And so we could easily see that being stacked on stacked on stacked in the near future for the Model 3. So let me know, do you agree with this? Do you think there's some sort of big sale coming? Are you waiting for a Model 3, or are you just trying to buy one ASAP, or do you just want the Highland refresh? And of course, there could be some drawbacks on the Highland refresh as well, but let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, lower than Tesla's 5.59%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all DMs in the Patreon app. I'm going to respond to this one message a little later. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Let's see. What do we got? I see a bunch of you in the comments. Thank you in the live stream. And that's the benefit, right? You can come in here, ask anything you want, and we will get to it. I run through the comments at a certain point to answer every single question. And I want to hear the feedback from all of you on these certain topics that we have covered as well. All right, let's see. In this next topic, competition is starting to fire up, and competition, the EV price war, is also starting to happen. And there's a lot of different companies out there, a lot of different makes, a lot of different brands and models and cars that are starting to ramp up discounts left and right. I mean, we give Tesla flack, we give a lot of flack, especially people that own Teslas, like, why are you discounting prices so much, so frequently, and all the time? But really, all manufacturers, all brands, all models across the board are starting to feel the heat, so to speak, and discounts are happening across the board. So we'll take a look at, because there is a nice list that we were able to find out that will run through all the different discounts, and you'll see it is thousands on thousands of dollars out there. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. So before we get into that, big caveat, we definitely are a Tesla fan. I've had a Tesla Model 3, a Model Y S, and now currently a Model X. But at the same time, I've got to keep my eyes open and see what deals are out there. I'm always on the hunt to try and get the best deal for you, and also, of course, me, because cars are expensive at the end of the day, and especially Tesla cars. They do make more sense than other vehicles that are currently out there, but they're still very, very expensive at the end of the day to maintain, drive, and all that stuff. So we'll take a look at this fantastic list. So shout out to Car Dealership Guy for posting this. You can see right here, quote, best new car deals right now. You can see there is a massive list of over 50 vehicles. We'll run through it and see if any of them pop out, and let me know if any of these pop out to you as well. But you can see 50 vehicles on this list, and you can see thousands on thousands of dollars of discounts. And that's kind of the thing, right? Like Tesla, we give it a lot of flack because they do all these price decreases and increases, $1,000 down, $3,000 down to $13,000 down, like they did in January. But the same effect, a lot of other manufacturers, a lot of other OEMs kind of do the same thing. It's just not as hyped up or put in headline articles or anything like that. And I guess it's more of an impact versus the hidden actions of dealers, manufacturers, and brands, that how they discount it in a slightly different manner because they keep MSRP the same value at the end of the day. But taking a look at here, of course, a lot of these vehicles, you're probably not interested in them, and I'm also probably not interested in them. I'm talking like, I mean, no hate against Alpha or Chevy or Jeep or Dodge drivers or anything like that, but you can see there are massive discounts. I mean, just taking a look at this Maserati Levante, over $13,000 discount. There are EVs on this list, and we talked about this at least last month, and how the Mercedes EQS SUV sedan actually can get pretty crazy lease payments. There's a thread right now which we can highlight where people are being getting, like, I want to say like $400 to $500 a month on a $100,000 EQS SUV or sedan electric vehicle from Mercedes, and that's absolutely insane. You can see right now they are continuing to push down the hammer on that. You can see you can get almost $12,000 to $13,000 off a EQS 450h, and you can see EQS SUV $10,000 off. Of course, there's other vehicles on this list that you might be interested in, you might not be interested in. Here's another one, 2023 Volvo C40 Recharge, almost $5,000 off, and the list goes on and on. And so there's really, I guess, maybe the common denominator here, it looks like it seems to be a lot of domestic vehicles that have massive discounts. But here's another electric vehicle, 2023 Audi e-tron. It's a $82,000 MSRP, and it's got a $7,000 discount on it. And so Of course, this is a funny response. Someone suggested I up the tweet from best new car deals to cars that nobody wants. And so there's a lot of deals out there. So definitely, Teslas are great. Teslas, if they make a lot of sense for you, they're also very fairly priced, at least at current pricing. Maybe not the Model S or the Model X, but the Model Y, I would put my stamp on it that the Model Y is probably one of the better valued vehicles right now, especially because it comes with a $7,500 federal tax credit that I would argue that most people qualify for the full amount of the tax credit that are able to purchase the vehicle. Some people might not qualify for the full amount, maybe even like $4,000 to $5,000 of that benefit. And if you're confused on that, there's tons of videos on the channel where we talk about that and refresh and talk about what are the different income limits to see where you actually qualify. And so it's definitely some pretty interesting stuff, all the different deals, all the different discounts, and all the different incentives that other manufacturers have to kind of put on the vehicle to try and sell certain vehicles. So let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. And on top of that, if you just bought a Tesla or you're about to buy a Tesla, definitely check out our Tesla referral code down below in the description as well. So you can use that. If you use it to buy an in-stock vehicle and or place an order, you can get anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 Tesla credits. You can spend that on free supercharging. It's like 500 miles. You can spend it on Tesla swag in the shop box and many other things. And on top of that, there is a section down below in the description where you can get Tesla accessory or discount codes for Tesla accessories. We got 3D Mats USA, which is a premium floor mat for your Tesla. We've got a set, definitely really nice, and a bunch of other companies down below in the description as well, so that you can get some extra discounts for accessories for your Tesla. All right, let's see what we got. Let's pull up the old the live streams questions. Billy Wooten, my July just moved to June 14th to 30. Okay, so basically right near the neck of the end of the quarter, so that makes sense. They usually do like a month end rush or end of quarter rush, so you should probably get it very, very, very soon for that. Just got my wall charger installed today. My Model Y is expected to arrive in May, so hopefully next week. Nice. Okay, congrats on the wall charger installation. We've got our installed, but it's definitely, we went through the permitting process, and it's been tough for sure. We've got it approved, but I have not been able to get the rebate back for Los Angeles because some other problems. How would I know, Billy? How would I know where my Model Y comes from? Doesn't matter. Is one site better than the other? It's pretty much a consensus that Fremont gets the newer features first, but I believe Austin has a better build quality, but still on the fence on that. Hey, Paul, welcome back. Thanks for coming in. Avinash, hi Dennis, my Model Y long range 5 ordered 5.1 white exterior to black. Interior VIN assigned today, EDD 64 to 612. Maryland incentive for 3K starting July 1st. One of the best options for holding off until July 1st. That is going to be very tough, to be honest, because Tesla is going to rush and try and get all deliveries by the end of the quarter. So that's going to be really tough to try and get that in at the end of the day. And that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that the Maryland state incentive is back, because I've got a lot of friends in Maryland that are looking to try and snag that. So that's nice. Good tip. Good tip. You can try and tell Tesla you're out of the country, but they're not going to let you push past the end of the quarter. They might even try and cancel your order. Vietnamese style, appreciate it. No, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, Vietnamese style. River, what's everyone's experience with service centers? Good or bad? It's a mixed bag, that's for sure. And yeah, try and look on Tesla Motorist Club. It's a forum to see if there's any reviews on certain Tesla centers near you that might do better than others. Order my Model Y standard range May 1st. Still have a DD delivery date for sometime in May, but it's definitely getting pushed back. Guessing mid-June. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people might be potentially getting pushed back. So don't feel too bad if you have not gotten a firm delivery date. But at the end of the day, usually what happens is there is always some sort of rush near the end of the quarter, so you potentially could get picked up very, very soon. So don't worry too much about that. I'm trying to fix this chat thingy. Oh, easy. Let's see here. Let me try and do this. Look at that. Perfect. Model 3 PAPS, Model 3 or Model Y, which one has a better resale value though? Well, according to Paul, because Paul wrote an article yesterday that we talked about in a video earlier today that came out, Model 3 has been out longer, so it's easier to calculate the depreciation and resale value on that. But I would say Model Y probably has a better resale value. It's tough because a lot of more people want a Model Y because they want like a family sedan and things like that. So I could easily see it holding more value, but it's also more expensive. But I would almost argue to say if you qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit and you buy the all-wheel drive version and you get a base one, that puts you very close to like $44,000 out the door, which is an impeccable value at the end of the day. Lopez, I was thinking of a Model 3, but now for sure Model Y for resale and tax credit. Yes, 100%. You actually just said exactly what I was thinking. Michael, should we hold on to ordering a Tesla until hardware 4 comes out? Any prediction on when that might even be? Honestly, hardware 4, I've kind of lost hope in it. There's always going to be another thing, another hardware 4, all that stuff coming out. So I really just don't even follow it anymore until it actually comes out. And that's probably what Tesla's doing as well. They're not going to release it until it actually come out. T-Map, I have a 2020 4Runner. How should I trade in for Model Y? I have positive equity in my 4Runner. I would say try and sell your 4Runner separately to try and get all that positive equity out of it because it's going to be easier. And Tesla's probably not going to give you that positive equity as much. River, thinking once Model 3 Highlanders refresh, the Model Y will follow. Yeah, I would say Model Y refresh is probably going to be another year from now. Rubab, Karim, sorry. Resale value for Model Y, Dennis? Q1 best SUV? Yeah, I would say Model Y resale value is probably the best. I mean, even taking a look at the auction values, they're still going out. Like a 2022 Model Y is still going for $44,000 to $46,000, which a new one isn't really that much more. Paul, but mobile service is the best. Never had a bad experience with mobile service. Yeah, I tried to make a mobile service appointment, but then they sent my appointment and then they converted me to a local service center. So I guess it didn't work at the end of the day. Avinash, can I ask Tesla to unassign the VIN and put me back in the Qui? Yes, you can do that. Just be aware they might not do that. They might let you do that once, but they also might try and cancel your order. We've had people in the past get ultimatums essentially where Tesla will try and just cancel your order at the end of the day. Or can I make a design change even after VIN is designed? I don't know if you can make a design change after VIN is designed. But Highland will hurt the Model 3 in the future. Yeah, 100%. If this Model 3 actually starts to come out, and if this is the Highland Model 3 inventory, it's already pretty impacted because we've got so many in the queue, so many in the pipeline. It definitely will have some sort of effect, and also will have an effect on 2018s, 2019 Model 3s, all the different older vehicles in the past. All right, let's see. We got one last topic. Oh, weird. Oh, it's down there. Nice. All right. Let's see. What else we got? We got one more thing. And let's see here. In this next topic, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model 3 refresh and maybe 2 reasons why you won't want the Tesla Model 3 refresh. We'll talk about it, but I want to hear from you all as well. Let me know what your thoughts on it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best thing on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at it. So right now there's a lot of Model 3s in inventory, you know this, and so we'll just leave down this queue. But what if there is a new Model 3 refresh that's coming out very, very soon, maybe in the next few months? What's the case in that you might not want it, and you might rather take a older one, an older discounted one, a cheaper one even, instead of the new one? Well, there's a couple things that seem to be coming out for the Model 3 refresh, and probably you can imagine there's a lot of people out there trying to make this same debate, make this same case at the end of the day. Well, the first thing is that there could be a lot of new features with the Project Highland coming out. We're talking potentially bird's eye view, other things that potentially are not currently on the vehicle. And from these spy shots, we can know that the one feature is getting removed from the current Tesla, or the new Tesla that the current Tesla has, and that feature is turn stocks. There's going to be a removal most likely of turn stocks, just like how the Model S and the Model X don't necessarily have them in there. They have it on the steering wheel, and you have to swipe up or swipe down to put the vehicle in drive, and for that. And so right now, if you have a Model 3 or Model Y, you know exactly what we're talking about, how you have the actual physical controls, and that potentially might be being removed from the new Model 3 refresh. So shout out to Talos of EV, where he made a video on that, talking about the different things that could be going away, including the stocks with the vehicle. But the other thing is, this is another case on why you potentially might not like it, because what if the price of the new Model 3 long range would be more expensive than the current one, especially now that there's massive discounts on the current one? So really, like, what's the threshold here? Like, what if the new Model 3 refresh is $1,000 to $2,000 more, or maybe even $5,000 to $10,000 more? So we put a poll on the channel. We asked everyone earlier today, what price do you think the new Model 3 Highland refresh will actually be? And an overwhelming 25% majority said same price as the current Model 3. But there's naysayers out there, or there's people that think that it's going to be higher. So 27% said it's going to be $1,000 to $2,000 more than the current Model 3, and 16% said it's going to be $5,000 to $10,000 more than the current Model 3. Especially, this could really be the case, is because if Tesla rolls out the new Model 3 and it is for whatever price, let's call it $40,000, and the old one that they have in inventory, they start to severely discount that, maybe $5,000, $6,000 off. And that is the same amount of spread at the end of the day. And so what if that actually happens? Which one are you going to place an order with? Which one are you going to purchase if it's a $5,000 spread between the two vehicles? So those are really the two reasons that I can think of: features being lost or features being gained, and also a different price or even more expensive price on a vehicle on the new Model 3 refresh. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link which supports the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But yeah, thanks for joining in, everybody. A couple more announcements. In case you missed it, there is a giveaway that is rolling on the channel. You can enter in the giveaway. We're giving away an Electron EV charger for your Tesla. You can enter in by finding this video on the community page of the channel. And on top of that, we've got plenty of Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description. We've got 3D Mats USA, Jawa, Tamai, Tesloid, and a bunch of other stuff. And on top of that, if you are considering on ordering a Tesla, or you're considering placing an order on a in-stock inventory vehicle, please, we really appreciate if you use our Tesla referral code down below in the description as well, because if you use our code and you order certain models, you get Tesla credits, which you can then use for supercharging, swag, supercharging miles, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So definitely consider using it. Links down below in the description. Let's see, international health coach. It's not even close. Model Y is 95%, Model 3 is 73% and dropping value. Well, also the Model 3 has been out for a little bit longer, and that's why it's losing more value and depreciating faster. Iman, do you think the new Model S will have another price drop or incentives coming up? I mean, they've pretty much pulled up all the stops from the Model S. Low interest rate, free supercharging. Really, the only thing left to do is a price drop. So I would say probably yes, especially next month. But my recommendation, stock the inventory sites, take a look and see which vehicles stand out to you, and then just try and snag one, I guess maybe low 85s, low 80s, to see if you can get one ASAP. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for jumping in. Happy Tuesday. And I'll